What's up, YouTube? In this video, I thought we'd talk about some of the goals or some of the things I'd like to accomplish during my time in this hobby. So let's get into the video. First thing I'd like to do is to acquire my bucket list fish. Let's face it, we all have a few fish that are either hard to get for one reason or another, and I'm no exception. There's a handful of fish I would love to get my hands on, but haven't been able to locate them. Hey, maybe I'll do a video on that. But seriously, if you've been in the hobby for a while, there's one or two fish that you've either seen on the internet, social media, or some reference book that you love to keep that your local fish store just can't get. It's part of the appeal to have a species that only a handful of people have. The second thing that I'd like to accomplish during my time in this hobby is to breed some of the more rare and harder to find South and Central American cichlids. Part of what's driven me to stay in this hobby is the challenges that it presents. One of these is breeding. This is one of the most rewarding parts of this hobby. Now couple that with being able to accomplish this with a rare species of cichlid, and it's a great feeling. I also enjoy breeding because it allows me to make some of these hard to get or seldom seen cichlids available to some of my fellow hobbyists. The third thing that I'd like to accomplish during my time in this hobby is to attend more aquarium related events. I really enjoy meeting and talking with other hobbyists, and one way to do this is by attending the major conventions throughout the year. It's a great way to meet and socialize with people that share your love of this hobby, but unfortunately with current events, many of these conventions have been canceled. But hopefully in the coming year, we'll be able to have these conventions again. And the fourth thing that I'd like to accomplish during my time in the hobby is to fellowship with other hobbyists. You know, with YouTube and other social media platforms, we're able to interact with hobbyists from every corner of the globe. And with local aquarium clubs, we're able to socialize with other hobbyists in our immediate area. I'd like to continue to put out content on YouTube to share with my fellow hobbyists. And I'm also a fan of the various aquarium pages on Facebook. And finally, the fifth thing I'd like to accomplish during my time in the hobby is to one day build my dream fish room. One day when I get older and I decide to cut back on the number of tanks I have up and running, I'd love to have a gallery type room like Joey, all display tanks, but huge tanks like Capote Male's 600s and his 1,000 gallon. It'd have automated water change systems, lighting, feeders, basically limiting the amount of maintenance I'd have to do by hand. That would be awesome. So those are my top 5 things I'd like to do in this hobby. What are some of the things that you'd like to accomplish in the aquarium hobby? Post a comment below and tell us some of your goals for your aquarium hobby.